Heyo, we're back, and we're continuing a Mortician's Tale. This should be part 3, February 14th, 10:14 a.m. And I'm still playing this game because I love it. Are we already in a funeral outfit? Didn't we talk to these people already? Okay, whatever. I'll talk to him again. Did you ever end up clearing the air with your father? No, we talked a few times, but no, not really. He sounded like a difficult man. He was stubborn. That's just it, stubborn. What do you want to do after this? It's pretty nice out. Let's change and go find a patio somewhere. Sounds good. I could really use a beer right now. Hey, did I ever tell you the time we tailgated? I always told him to quit smoking, but of course he never listened to me, so that figures. Yeah. Pay our respects. We'll talk to her. I wonder if he ever liked me. He was nice to me, but I don't know. He never seemed like he really cared if I was there or not. That is tough. February 28, 10:35 a.m. Yeah, so I think we did finish it. We just had to, for some reason, talk to them again. Okay, forward. Amy Rose to Charlie, I thought I'd pass this along to you. Hi Amy, I just wanted to thank you for the service the other month, and apologies if I was abrupt. It was kind of a shock for me, and I didn't feel comfortable with the whole process. He wasn't supposed to die yet. It hasn't been easy. Mariana. To Charlie, I was hoping you'd never have to confront this situation yet. Anyways. They're never easy. Rose and Daughters has been asked to prepare a body of a young man who took his own life. He had a will prepared and asked for cremation, but the family has demanded a traditional burial instead. Unfortunately, he didn't make anyone his power of attorney or didn't have any witnesses to sign his living will or his advance directive regarding these wishes. So his family is legally in the right to do whatever they want with his body. It's unfortunate, but we have to do this as his family wishes. Matthew has graciously offered to take this on if you are uncomfortable with the subject. Instead, we have a second body who could prepare for a funeral we're hosting later in the afternoon. Charlie, is this suicide something you're comfortable dealing with? Let me know. I'm here if you need me. Okay, so that was Amy. Manuel Scott. Good day, Miss Rose. Disregard our son's will as it concerns matters of his burial. He was clearly not thinking right and didn't know what he really wanted. Proceed with an open casket funeral. As for payment, we'll bring a check. That's not really cool. From Jen Love, mushrooms! You hate mushrooms so much, I found the perfect thing for you. I've been thinking about death. I know, shocker. Look what you've done to me. I think I want this mushroom suit. No, it's not called that, but I can't remember the name of it, and I'm writing you on my phone, so I don't feel like Googling it right now. Anyways, the idea is that it's a biodegradable suit that the deceased wears. It's made with what people call biomix, i.e. mushrooms and other microorganisms that help to decompose bodies, neutralize toxins in the body, and provide nutrients for the soil for plants. I think this one company even offers casket liners for use in green caskets. I think this is what I want. It'll just be like Hannibal. Wait, don't tell people I said that, okay? But seriously, it's pretty cool. I love the death innovations happening. We might as well do something when we're in the ground, you know? Love you. Think about it and let me know your thoughts. I want all of your thoughts. But if not this, then maybe I'll have my ashes made into jewelry. But seriously, I'm probably going to do this. There's no harm in planning ahead, am I right? Yeah, I want a green funeral. Things to avoid saying at a funeral. Welcome back. Now we rarely do listicles here, but for this month's newsletter, we thought a listicle would be the best way to deliver this month's advice. What not to say at a funeral. We know figuring out the right thing to say to a grieving friend can be extremely difficult, and since it's such a personal issue, it's hard to give specific advice. Some things will be more comfortable to other people. But fortunately, we could deliver a little bit more solid advice on what not to say to someone who is grieving. So here it is, Funeral Monthly's top 5 things not to say at a funeral. Number 1, at least they're no longer suffering. Even if this is true, nobody wants to hear it's probably not your place to dictate. Who wants to be told that death is somebody they love is for the best? Like I said, even if it's true, don't be that jerk and don't say it. Were they saved? No religious statements. Just don't. Why? Because not everyone agrees with your religious views, and not only is it not always comforting, but can also be insulting. They're with the angels now. See above note. Rinse, repeat. Let me know how I can help. This one is tricky. You want to help, but those in mourning won't always ask for help. If you want help, suggest specific things, for example. I'm free if you need someone to babysit the kids. Actions are always better than passive statements. Cook something for them. Take them to their favorite restaurant or buy tickets to see a movie together. I know how you feel. Even if you think you do, everyone grieves differently. Don't focus this on yourself. Empathy doesn't involve having to communicate. Some people want to hear your experiences, but don't assume they will. Ask first. For a quicker version of this list that could be applied to any situation, don't say stuff for the just for the sake of saying stuff. Just say I'm sorry if you don't know what else to say. Yeah. I am comfortable with this. If you're not, I don't recommend watching this video. I'm comfortable with it because, like, I've had those thoughts. Open casket funeral, let's start by cleaning the body. And they're not fun. And I remember mentioning in one of my videos, my past videos, of, I believe it was the Vermander curse, that I was in the hospital. And, well, it was for this exact reason. I was only there for about a week, so it wasn't as bad as it could have been. But still, it wasn't great. It's not fun being put somewhere you're not comfortable with. But yeah, depression sucks. Moisturize the body. And it's hard to just sorry. Depression's hard. It's hard to think about. Like, I mean, even thinking about it, it's just kind of tough when I'm not feeling that way right now, thankfully. I've got some good medication and all that, but I did, and when I think back about those times, I think about a lot of things, like what would have happened if I did anything. Would I be in the ground already if I acted on it? But I don't know. This game kind of makes you think about that sort of stuff. Drain the organs. That's so creepy. I don't think I ever want to be embalmed. I don't like it. I don't want to be, they'll take care of that. I don't want to be cremated either. So that's why I always thought I'd either end up at like a body farm to help with, say, solving like cold cases, or solving just ways people decompose. Quiet sobs. Aw. Those are probably the parents. I wish we were closer. Wow, I still can't believe this is real. My baby brother. I should have played more games with him when he asked. I heard it wasn't going to be an open casket. I'm surprised it's public. Usually funerals for these circumstances are more private. I still can't believe he did it. I feel like I should have known, been able to do something to stop it. There's no way to know. You can't blame yourself. He wouldn't have wanted that. I know, it hurts. Yeah, I know. It is really hard to tell when someone's going through something like that. I know I had talked to a friend recently, and I shared my experiences, and she, March 3rd, 10:45 a.m. Would you stop ringing that bell? She had no idea, and I felt bad that I didn't tell her. I mean, we were close, but I don't know. I didn't really think we were close enough to talk about that stuff. Chad Grant. We are pleased to bring on Rose and Daughters as part of Hillside Heritage Enterprises, Inc. They will be another institution amongst hundreds of other properties owned across the country. But of course, as part of the adjustment process to the Hillside Heritage Enterprises culture, there will be a number of changes that will come to Rose and Daughters. We will send out the memo regarding the specifics and details of those changes, and we expect them to be followed impeccably. Glad to be leading the way for Rose and Daughters from now on. Chad. Oh, no more from Amy. Amy's gone. Did we even get a goodbye letter? Okay, we're back again because I had to pause because of the dog. Okay. Matthew Jeffrey. Okay, can I just say, first off, that all of this is bullcrap. Ugh. I know how these corporations run. I wouldn't be surprised if they're monitoring our emails now. No, okay, I don't really believe that. I'm just upset. I get that Amy didn't have much of a choice. You can only fight a huge corporation taking all of your business for so long. This isn't 6 feet under. And they just swooped in, and now we have to deal with their BS practices. They're colder than the corpses I pick up from the morgue this morning. Who charges this much for funerals? It feels dirty and exploitative. Let's grab a drink after work. I need to blow off some steam, and emails aren't really the most appropriate place to do this. Too late for me, I guess. P.S. If you're reading this, Hillside Overlord, good. Chad. Charlotte, below are the details for our next client. Ensure you follow the requested specifications exactly. After you are done, I will review your work in order to properly evaluate you at the end of the month. It's from Chad Grant. Thank you, Mr. Grant, for agreeing to take care of Jocelyn's cremation. The bike accident was, well, it was more than I was expecting. I know she wanted to be cremated, and to be honest, I don't think I could bear seeing her like that after what happened. Thank you, Leah. Jen! I can't really write much now. I have a lot of work to do, and I have to do with I'm sorry, hernia from 1750. It's the oldest in our collection, and you could even see this bit of paper the surgeon put in it after removing the hernia. Super cool. I'll send you the link when we have it cataloged. What is my life? What is the sentence I just typed? But anyway, this event that I'm forwarding you is taking place near you. Figured you'd be into it. Might help with that feeling of restlessness you were talking about before. Could be good to talk about some of the things you're feeling. Lots of death-positive people there. Sounds like it'll be a safe place. You're invited to attend a death cafe. Come increase awareness of death with a view of helping people to make the most of their finite lives. Jesus, I know how to read. Join us, have a tea and a cake, and talk with others about our thoughts, fears, and illuminations on death. The founder of the Death Cafe movement, John Underwood, once said, "When people talk about death and dying, it tends to illustrate their humanity. See everyone at the Upside Down Jar next Thursday." Death Cafe. That's actually really cool. I'd love to go to something like that. Different funeral traditions. Funeral rites, even in our own culture, may be something many of us may be unfamiliar with. For many people, all they know of funeral traditions are what they've seen in media. But, and I think this goes without saying, funeral rites and traditions aren't the same across the board. Different cultures have different protocols for cleaning the body to different aspects of the service itself. Religion provides different paths for dealing with death, but the goal is almost always the same: offering support, guidance, and ease of the people who are grieving. In Judaism, the interment usually begins immediately after somebody has passed. Up until burial, the body is never supposed to be alone, so often families will appoint a shomer, a guardian, to remain with the body. Preparations for burial begin as soon as possible in Muslim traditions as well. Local Islamic communities organizations are also often involved and help the family make arrangements for the funeral service and burial. But not all practices are strictly religious focused. And the dog is scratching the floor. What are you doing? Don't lick me. You're weird. But not all practices are strictly religious focused. In the East and South Korea, the amount of graveyard space begins to shrink drastically, causing a law to be passed that requires families to remove the loved one's body from its burial place after 60 years. Many families begin to cremate more often, but there are also companies that compress remains into beads, into turquoise, pink, or black, called death beads. This also occurs in North America, Europe, and Japan, but remains much more common in South Korea because of the space issues in graveyards and the expenses of cremations. I knew about the jewelry thing, but I didn't know about that. And not all practices are somber either. Ever heard of turning of the bones or Bamildahana? Did I pronounce that right? Ritual by the Malagasy people of Madagascar. Bamildahana has families returning with an ancient crypt, exhume the bodies wrapped in cloth before dancing with the bodies to lively music. This practice is a celebration, remembrance. Why did I embrace? Remembrance, and way of keeping the deceased involved in family news. Death can be a difficult time for many people, obviously, but that doesn't mean there isn't a beauty in the way that we choose to honor and celebrate our deceased. Okay, I'm just gonna start on this. Yeah, I'm sorry. As you know, I stutter a lot, especially when it comes to reading. That was never something I got over in high school. Like, I love to read. Take off that. I love reading. I read all the time, but in my head, so it's much harder out loud. No, don't touch that. The dog is messing with my computer wires. That's a cute little jar. Or, what's it called? Urn. It's an urn. It's got the birds on it. Okay, we'll talk to them first. Should we do a visual at the spot? Careless drivers, I swear to God. I'm glad I'm here, but wow, I just need a glass of wine to binge watch something right now. Yeah, I don't like funerals. I have to go through all of our things. How am I supposed to decide what to keep? If you need help, I can help. No, thanks, but no, I don't know. It's so intimate. Feels like I should do it myself. She would have killed me if others saw the things we have. Huh. Yeah, she was kind of a closed book. Except to you. Yeah, she was special. Oh, she was probably a couple. So glad it was a cremation. I would have lost it seeing her body. That must be the father. I'm assuming the father. She was always so careful. Wore her helmet, signaled, used the bike lanes. Asshole drivers, they need to pay attention. Have you heard what's happening to the driver? No. I haven't wanted to ask Leah. This has been hard enough on them. Without asking about the legal ramifications of all of this. Yeah, after all this, I could see what we could do to help them. Shouldn't deal with the death of their partner all by themselves. Yeah, that sounds like it. It's her. Saying goodbye. Then we'll head back. We will do one more episode, March 24, 10:30 a.m. Well, maybe. I don't know if I want to read yet. Yeah, I guess I will. Rules and code of conduct. Charlie, I need a drink. Beer after work? Matthew. P.S. Also, I really want a mozzarella sticks. I could be both hungry and angry. And no, I will not say hangry ever. You just did. The dog wants me to pet her. Excuse you. I'll pet you, but you have to stand up. I can't lean down and pet you all day. From Chad Grant. Hello, as stated in a previous email, there are new rules and code of conduct I expect you to follow from now on. Well, on any premises belonging to Hillside. I'm not reading the whole thing anymore. I'm just going to call it Hillside. First and foremost, there's a required uniform and strict dress code from now on. Second, most importantly to this, is that no tattoos are visible. If you have visible tattoos, ensure they are properly covered and hidden. When speaking with customers and clients, consider the opportunity to upsell that. That's shady. They're grieving. Don't try to push more. Always encourage the deceased loved one to purchase the higher quality package. We find that encouraging loved ones to think of the comfort and style of the deceased as an experience with no price limit on it. No, that's not true. Additionally, food is no longer allowed to be brought in. Instead, encourage the deceased loved ones to purchase our premium sandwich and appetizer food package. Our partner catering concepts provide high-quality food that will be delivered weekly from their factory and can easily be defrosted the morning of the funeral. So frozen food that you're gonna package as premium sandwiches. Wow. I expect all of the above changes to be instituted effective immediately to ensure a smooth transition into the high-quality service Hillside is known for. I can see why Matthew is pissed off. I'm pissed off at them, and I don't even work there. Okay. Hello, Charlotte. I have reviewed your request on behalf of a potential family inquiring if we at Hillside can and will perform green burials. I should have informed you of this in the beginning, but we do not perform green funerals as they are not cost effective, so they don't make money for you. All employees and subsidiaries of Hillside Heritage must comply. We do not wish to lose potential customers, though, so do try your hardest to convince the families requesting green burials to instead choose a traditional burial package, complete with embalming, caskets, and vaults instead. I trust you will ensure that we do not lose any customers, Charlie. You suck. I hate you. Okay, latest contract. The city I'm so proud to announce that Hillside received a contract with the city to dispose of any unclaimed bodies. This is an important revenue stream for us, and I'm sure I don't need to explain to you, Charlotte, although Hillside is being paid a decent wage from the city for these services. Cremation is preferred here is the more cost-effective of the two options. First unclaimed body we will be handling belongs to a middle-aged man, possibly homeless, whose body is yet to be claimed. No special preparations are needed for this cadaver, aside from cremation. I just saw a gorilla of a... I just saw a video of a gorilla walking on its hind legs. Like a human being, Charlie. A human being. We as a species have seen the beginning of our end. Okay. Why do it? The appeal of a home funeral is apparent for many, especially if the deceased was somebody very close to you. The idea of keeping them at home until they are ready to be buried or cremated can be comforting. It wasn't that long ago that we were taking care of our own deceased, but nowadays people are so quick to pass off their loved ones to a funeral home. Most families aren't given the opportunity, but assume this is mandatory. Funeral homes will almost always prepare the deceased using embalming and other methods to make the process them appear more alive. But this isn't process counterintuitive to the grieving process. But isn't this? My bad. Being around the deceased allows the bereaved to spend a much longer Being around the deceased allows the bereaved to spend a longer time period with their loved one's body, which can help them mourn, or give opportunities to family members and friends to see the deceased one last time before they are taken to be buried or cremated. The idea of keeping the deceased body at home might sound gross, but it's important to understand that decomposition takes a long time, and you can further slow this process by keeping your home cool and dry. To be around your loved ones and to see them decay naturally is an important part of the grieving process. And give me a second, the dog just took something off the desk that she wasn't supposed to touch. Give me that. You know better. That's not for you. Don't give me that look. Hi, Nina. No, Nina, you were being good. Go lay back down. Oh, God. The dogs are being rowdy. And pause. Home funerals aren't just more intimate, but they are economical. A traditional funeral, complete with body preparation, service, flowers, card, and many other hidden costs and fees, can cost upwards of $7,000 to $10,000. When you're able to take care of your loved ones yourself, to wash and dress them, and to organize their viewing from home, the only cost remaining is entirely in the cremation or burial itself. However, it's important to understand that the different rules apply given on what state you live in. In all states, it is legal to have your loved one's body at home after they die. States like Alabama, Connecticut, Illinois, Indiana, Louisiana, Michigan, Nebraska, New Jersey, and New York require a funeral director's involvement, from signing the death certificate to overseeing the burial or cremation. If this is a routine you decide to go for yourself or your loved ones, make sure you follow everything by the book, and just know that this may be an option available to you and your loved ones if you so choose. I never clicked on the Hillside Heritage thing. It still says Rose and Daughters. Oh, and they joined Hillside Heritage. Okay. Different. I guess I should just read it. Rose and Daughters is the newest funeral home to join Hillside Heritage, proudly serving 56 different communities nationwide since 1964. Rose and Daughters features several available packages for burials and cremations, a spacious visitation suite for added comfort, and catering availability on site. Rely on our dedicated and friendly staff to help you with your funeral needs. Whether you need our immediate assistance for a loved one or would like to pre-plan your own funeral arrangements. We're not gonna read all that. See how there's no prices here anymore, though. Oh, subject to additional fees and taxes. Payment plans available. Wow. Yeah. Okay. We'll take care of the cremation. We need to prepare his body. Just put the identification tag in, so that's sad. That's all he has is a tag. Break down the bones. Sorry I'm not speaking so much. I don't actually know what to say right now. Like, I'm not really I don't have anything to say, so. Okay. Is anyone gonna show up if they didn't know this guy? Oh. No, they won't. That's actually really sad. I don't like that. This is kind of depressing. Because who knows who he really is if they didn't know. It was just an unclaimed body. He could have hundreds of people looking for him right now. Okay. Well, we're gonna end it there. And we'll be back with the next episode. Probably soon, I'm not sure when. I'm gonna have to do a lot of editing to try and get those dog bells out of the back of my video. But, you know, if you do hear them, I'm sorry. And I hope it doesn't bother you too much. But anyway, thanks for watching. Bye.